Good morning, everybody. As you can tell, today's talk is going to be about exercise. Woohoo! This is Jennifer Nassi with Learning Leaf LLC, and welcome to video 17 of my 30 videos in 30 days series. So, if you listened to my first video in this series, you heard how exercise was a big struggle for me, and it has been for the past few months. Life gets really busy, and that was one of the things that just got tossed out, honestly. But it is so important, and that is one area where I've been out of balance. A lot of my clients are out of balance, and it's something that we need to get back in balance. And so we're going to talk about that a bit today. So first, we need to talk about some of the stories that we tell ourselves and we get stuck in. So, for example, for me, mine was, well, if the kids are at school, then I need to be productive and I need to be working. And I can't possibly take the time to go to the rec center because if I go to the rec center, I'm going to want to be there for at least an hour because I'm going to want to do my run and do some weights and go swimming and hit the hot tub. And if I can't do all of those, then I don't really want to go. And then I have to drive there and I have to get back. And before I know it, half my day's gone and that's just not possible. And then at nighttime, that's when my husband goes, so I can't go then. And the rest of the times are family time, or I have other work to do, or I'm just too tired, so that doesn't work. And after a while, it just seems hopeless, right? And we all have stories we tell ourselves. We all have things that keep us stuck, keep us in the same pattern. And so for me, when I work with clients, I help them discover the types of exercises that they enjoy and things that they can easily incorporate and ways to sort of build up so that that is a balanced part of their life again. And I had to look at doing that for myself. And so I pulled out my jump snaps. So what these are, it's just like jumping rope, but I don't have space to jump rope in my house. A lot of people don't. We have slanted roofs. I would either hit the dog or my kids or myself or whatever. And so I found these a few years ago and I busted them back out. And they're quite handy, actually. They have weighted balls that when you jump, they actually move like a jump rope would. So you feel like you're actually jumping rope. They actually have a fancy place to track calories and all of that. I don't really pay as much attention to that. But as you progress in the bottom of the handle, you can also insert weights to make it more challenging. But let me tell you, right now I am doing their beginner workout, which is 8 minutes. It's in 2-minute segments with breaks for water, and it is kicking my tush. I don't even need weights. Jumping rope is an amazing exercise, and so I've been doing that now about 3 times a week. And it's amazing the difference it's made. And it's only 8 minutes out of my day. So it feels very manageable. I get up before the kids get up, I do my jump snap, I hop in the shower, and I am ready to go. And I am so much more energized and clear on my day. And it's really made a huge difference. So it's time to get rid of some of those stories we tell ourselves. You don't have to go from 0 to 60. In fact, I don't recommend it because most people don't sustain that. So think about where you can start. Can you start going for a walk around the block when you get home from work? Is there something you really enjoy that you've been missing, like maybe going hiking? I went hiking with my family last weekend. It was fantastic. What is it that you can slowly start to add in and build up on? Because I'll tell you, just these 8 minutes a day, 3 days a week, has now boosted my motivation to go further. And so now I might go to the rec center and say, you know what, maybe I don't have time to do all the things I want to do, but I'm going to go swimming today. And I'm going to feel great once I do that. Or, you know what, I'm going to hop outside and take the dogs for a walk. It's a beautiful day. So it's amazing how just starting small can really build up into something great. So I encourage you to get out there and get started with that. Now, exercise in the context of detoxing that we've been talking about over the last few videos is really important. Exercise is one of the major ways we get toxins out of our body, because how do we get toxins out? Well, first, we pee them out. So there's your water intake, right? Second, we poop them out. So that's where we need to make sure we're digesting properly and things are moving through us regularly. And by regularly, I mean at least once a day, if not more. Third, we breathe them out, so our lungs play a big role in that, and we'll be talking about breathing exercises and things like that in other videos. And then fourth, we sweat them out. Well, you got to sweat to be able to utilize that method of getting toxins out. So exercising is going to help your body rid itself of toxins. It's also going to help in a lot of other areas. So for example, it helps reduce stress. It helps with our stress hormones. And as I said, we are all under chronic stress these days. So exercise is going to help with that. It helps you look younger. The more you oxidize, the more oxygen you take in, just by increasing your aerobic capacity by 15 to 25%, it's like knocking 10 years plus off your age. So that's a pretty cheap and effective anti-aging regimen, right? It also can reduce infections. People who exercise regularly, their immune system gets a boost. They are less likely to get colds. It can prevent heart attacks. Now, heart attacks and heart disease, that's a huge risk factor, right? So exercise actually raises our good HDL cholesterol and lowers our bad LDL cholesterol. And studies have shown that it improves artery elasticity. So that's really important if that is a health concern. And for everyone, it should be important in terms of prevention. It helps control blood sugar. That is an issue for a lot of folks, especially those dealing with diabetes or people who are pre-diabetic. So it increases the cell's sensitivity to insulin and, of course, helps control weight. So those are two ways it's going to help with controlling blood sugar. It protects against cancer. So it may reduce the risk of colon cancer because it helps keep things moving through us. As I've said, we don't want toxins lingering anywhere. So we want to make sure our digestive system is working optimally. Exercise helps with that. And in terms of colon cancer, that improved insulin piece is also important. It also is protective against breast cancer and prostate cancer by regulating our hormone levels. So that's a key piece there. It can ease asthma. So in mild cases of asthma, there's been evidence to show that upper body and breathing work can help reduce the need for inhalers. It can relieve hot flashes, believe it or not, and night sweats. And it is protective of men's health. So fellas, let's talk about this for a moment. If any of you out there are experiencing erectile dysfunction, where that comes from is artery constriction. It's a blood flow issue. So if you are having artery constriction in that part of your body, it stands to reason there is artery constriction going on in other parts of your body. So erectile dysfunction to me is like the canary in the gold mine. We need to be finding out what's going on in there, big time. And we all know that a healthy sex life is really important. I told you these videos were going to start getting juicy. We are going to be talking about sex and the role of that in our health. So we want to make sure if that's an issue for you that it's getting taken care of, but not just with a pill. We want to see what else is going on in your body to make sure it's not indicative of a bigger problem. And then prolonged life. Studies out there have shown that folks who are really active cut their risk of premature death in half. So there are a whole lot of reasons out there for getting busy, getting active. So I am going to go and finish my jump roping, and I hope that you are going to go and do something that is going to get you moving, that you are going to enjoy today, even if it is just for 5 minutes. Get out, walk your dogs, play soccer with your kids, do some jump rope, do some yoga, do a little hiking, whatever it is, get out there, get moving, and let's get started getting this piece of your life back in balance. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in our next video.